is everything green now? Not just literally, I mean spiritually, economically, aesthetically, socially. 1 minute, we were all in our 2016 millennial pink era drinking unicorn frappuccinos and putting rose gold marble cases on our phones, and now, suddenly everyone wants to live inside a moss-covered Pinterest board. Matcha, kale, sage green kitchens, green juices, money mindset podcast, Mediterranean villas, touch, grass, cash, emerald engagement rings, organic lifestyles, even villains are green. So, what happened? Why did green become the color of our generation? And more importantly, what does that say about us? Because colors are never just colors. They become symbols. And green right now, green is aspiration. Green is survival. Green is envy wearing linen pants. Let's start with the obvious one, jade green, the wellness green, the Air One smoothie green, the I wake up at 5 a.m. and journal with chlorophyll water green. You know the vibe. Girls blending their spinach smoothies, powerful enough to restart a dying Victorian child. People paying £9 for matcha because apparently suffering tastes earthy. Everyone suddenly romanticizing being grounded while filming a 40-step morning routine on TikTok. And honestly, I think this happened because people are exhausted. Burnout. Our generation grew up in chaos. Financial crashes, pandemics, doom scrolling, hustle culture, climate anxiety. So green became comfort. Green says, I am healthy, I am healing, I have probiotics. It is why wellness brands use sage green packaging instead of bright red. Red screams. Green whispers. I own a ceramic mug. But can we talk about how green became morally superior? If someone posts a green juice online, we automatically assume they have their life together. Meanwhile, if someone posts a blue raspberry slushy at 2 a.m., we know they're the one inconvenience away from texting their ex. Green has become the PR manager for self-control. But there's another green. Dollar bill green, the get-rich green, the capitalism green. Because when one side of the internet is drinking cucumber water, the other side is listening to podcasts called things like Wake Up and Dominate Your Financial Reality. Green is money, literally. And psychologically, money, being green, is genius. Green already symbolizes growth, nature, expansion. So now wealth feels organic, like success is something that can bloom, which is funny because capitalism absolutely does not feel organic. But look at social media. Everyone wants a soft life luxury now, not old money luxury where people wore giant diamonds and screamed wealth. No, today's wealth is quiet. Beige cashmere, olive trees outside a villa in Tuscany, a woman slicing lemons in silence while jazz music plays. It's less like how rich I am, and more, I buy expensive tomatoes. Which brings us to olive green, Mediterranean green, the green of slow living. And this aesthetic exploded because modern life feels synthetic. We spend all day staring into LED lights and notifications. So naturally, when people fantasize about escaping somewhere earthy, places where tomatoes actually taste like tomatoes, where lunch lasts for hours, where nobody answers emails, is why everyone suddenly wants to move to places like Italy or Greece after watching movies where people dramatically heal themselves near lemon trees. Like in Call Me By Your Name, where everything is sun-drenched and green and emotionally devastating. Or every Nancy Meyer's kitchen ever created. Green represents return, back to nature, back to slowness, back to humanity. But green has always had a darker side too. Envy, jealousy, the green-eyed monster. And honestly, that tracks perfectly with social media culture. Because what is Instagram if not professionally edited envy? You see someone living your dream life in Bali, drinking matcha from a coconut, and suddenly you're staring at your Tesco meal deal, questioning every decision you've ever made. Green becomes aspirational because we are constantly witnessing other people's lives. Comparison turned into a full-time occupation. Even fictional villains are green-coded. Think about the Wizard of Oz. The Wicked Witch? Green. Think about jealousy in literally every teen drama. Think about toxic money obsession. Green is desire pushed too far. It is hunger, wanting more. And here's the weird part. Before green, wealth used to be associated with purple. Tyrian purple, specifically. Ancient royalty wore it because the dye was insanely expensive. Purple meant power, distance, a godlike complexion. But modern wealth shifted from purple to green. And I think that says everything about society. Old power was about hierarchy. Modern power is about accumulation, growth, profit, numbers going up. Green. Which means green became the perfect colour for modern identity. It can mean health, wealth, nature, envy, healing, greed, luxury, life. It's flexible, aesthetic, emotional. A capitalist and a yoga instructor can both worship green for completely different reasons. That is kind of insane. And maybe that is why it's everywhere right now, because our generation wants contradictory things at the same time. We want peace, but also success. We want to disconnect, but become influencers. We want organic lifestyles delivered through Amazon Prime. We want healing and status. Green somehow represents all of us. Maybe that's why when you open social media now, everything looks like a forest designed by an accountant. Matcha beside stock portfolios, linen beside productivity apps, plants beside panic. Green is not just a colour anymore. It's a coping mechanism, a brand strategy, a fantasy, a promise that maybe if we drink enough chlorophyll and buy enough houseplants and save enough money, we can finally become the version of ourselves we think we are supposed to be. And honestly, maybe that's the most human thing about us.